everyone, a corporate television broadcast of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange of UZEX News in a new format on UzReport TV. Today in our edition you can get acquainted with exchange news and quotations, the latest changes in the field of exchange trade and e-commerce, as well as the condition of the domestic and foreign markets of cotton fiber. At the beginning of our program, we traditionally offer you the results of trades on all trading platforms of UZEX market and the price dynamics of the top commodity positions. These were the main indicators of UZEX exchange over the past week. Now let's dwell on the latest news of UZEX market. This November, a delegation of Uzbek Commodity Exchange visited Ukraine and Kazakhstan. During these visits, a number of cooperation agreements were signed with food producers in Ukraine and Kazakhstan. In addition, the exchange signed a memorandum of understanding and cooperation with the Ukrainian Commerce and Industry Chamber and the Grain Union of Kazakhstan. The visit also included the opening of new foreign trading platforms, which opened in Kiev, Almaty and Nur-Sultan. The main goal of this initiative is to ensure food security in our country and maintain price stability in the domestic market by importing demanded food products using the exchange mechanism. The second piece of news is related to the new exchange service. In order to strengthen and improve the mechanism of public control over the activities of Uzbek Commodity Exchange, the anonymous Telegram bot at UZEX Anti-Corruption Bot was launched. With the help of this bot, users will be able to send anonymous messages about collisions with corruption manifestations at Uzbek Commodity Exchange. At the same time, the information about the author of the messages, including his name, phone number and other personal data, is not disclosed. That is, their complete confidentiality is ensured. To remind you, the previously at UZEX Markas bot telegrams were launched for communication with the head of the exchange and at UZEX feedback bot for quick solution of problems related to exchange activities. Next, we turn to the analysis of cotton fiber markets from January to March 2020. Overall, more than 345,000 tons of cotton fiber of different grades were sold through the electronic trading platform of UZEX market during the period under review. This represents an 18% decrease over the same period last year. The average monthly sales for the period under review were 31,000 tons. At the same time, there is a fluctuating trend in the sale of the given commodity at UZEX trades. For example, in the months of April, sales amounted to 8.5 thousand tons, as we can see on the graph, which is the minimum value, whereas in the months of June, this figure reached its maximum value of 68,000 tons, as we can see on the graph, and which is the maximum one. By the end of November, the volume of transactions had exceeded 30,000 tons. That's what we can see on the graph. Now let's go and consider the structure of cotton fiber sales, and in general over the past period 5 grades of fiber of various types were sold. The largest sales volume was noted for the first grade type 4 of fiber. That's what we can see on the graph, which is the maximum level and takes the lion's share with 70% at the UZEX exchange trade platform. The second position here is taken by the first grade 5th type, which goes with 13%, and the third top leadership position here is taken by the second grade 4th type, which goes with 8%. To be exact, touching upon the other commodity assets and cotton fiber brands, that's what we can see. The third grade 4th type, it goes with 3%, and the same percentage for the second grade 5th type, respectively, at the UZEX exchange trade platform. So let's go to the next diagram for today, and this is going to be the domestic price dynamics. And considering the price dynamics for cotton fiber by months in the domestic market, it's worth to mention that in the months of January to November, the cotton price demonstrates multi-directional dynamics, which is associated with a decrease in demand for these products. There is also a connection with the dynamics of the world prices, which will be discussed in more details in the next graph. From the beginning of the year to the months of April, there has been a downward trend from 15.1 million sums per ton down to its minimum price position, 13.3 million sums per ton. That's what we can see. But afterwards, the market has been going up since the months of May of this year, and during this period, quotations rose from 13.5 million sums per ton up to its maximum price position, 15.3 million sums per ton, which is the maximum value, and the growth was about 13%. That's what we can see on this graph. Some similar dynamics can be traced in the world cotton fiber markets, and here too, in January to March, the value of future contracts for cotton fiber in the New York Mercantile Exchange decreased from 1,487 US dollars down to its minimum level, which is 1,127 US dollars per ton, or by 24%. This decline was associated with the coronavirus pandemic. However, in the following months, we observed an increase in cotton prices, which was due to the recovery in the global demand. Thus, the prices for April to November rose from 1,265 US dollars up to 1,597 US dollars per ton, or by 26%. That's what we can see on the graph. At the end of the program, we will consider the cotton fiber consumption structure across the regions, and here we would like to point out specific leaders. To be exact, metropolitan area Tashkent and Tashkent region is an absolute leader on consuming cotton fiber at the UZEX platform, which goes with almost 28%. The following places are occupied by the regions of the Fergana Valley. In particular, the share of Fergana region was 28%. As we can see on the graph, Namangan and Andijan regions, they take almost 8% each. And it's worth to mention about Surkhandarya region, which goes with 8.3% at the UZEX exchange trade platform on consuming cotton fiber. The share of other regions remains in the range of 1 to 6% at the UZEX exchange trade platform. These were all commands for today. Thank you for watching us and being with us. Do join us next week on UzReport TV channel, and surely with our website at www.uzex.uz. See you next week. Bye.